Welcome to End Times Prophecy News, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Jim Beckwith reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. From Gateway Pundit, we have a two-tiered justice system. We've known about this. In 2016, a whistleblower brought information on crimes involving Clinton Foundation. DOJ/FBI ignored claims and then covered them up. Yes, Mr. Giuliani, we live in a two-tiered system of justice. Earlier this year, we released 13 posts surrounding a whistleblower's claims of criminal acts by AGT International and the Clinton Foundation. This information was provided to the FBI and DOJ in early of 2016, but what did they do about it? And because the crimes involved the Clintons, they were quickly ignored and covered up. Below is information from the third post in this series that outlines the Clinton corruption. A 2016 DOJ criminal investigation was suppressed and buried by the DOJ/FBI that involved a major New York Democratic power broker and the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation. The investigation revolved around the illegal sale of controlled U.S. Homeland Security technology to Russia and China in the years before the 2016 election. The DOJ terminated its internal investigation into 2016 despite clear and irrefutable evidence of criminal activity and hid it from the public. This story begins with the Clintons and their Clinton Foundation. It includes Russia and China and ends with another FBI DOJ cover-up of Clinton crimes. But the DOJ is headed up by Attorney General Bill Barr. Yet they're still undermining his authority, aren't they? In part one of our series, we discussed the Clinton Foundation and the donations to the foundation from Cobb and CEO of AGT International, as well as from the sheiks in the UAE. But you hear constantly how the left, millennials, go on TV and they denounce Trump for siding with the lesser evil Saudi Arabia to keep Iran in check, because it's all about the money, they keep on saying, of selling the arms and the air planes, warplanes to Saudi Arabia in his, I think it was a $300 billion deal when he first came into office. But it has nothing to, really, it's not about that. The goal is to keep Iran in check. The not radical Muslim nation of Saudi Arabia against the king of the north that the book of Daniel talks about. But anyway, let's continue. In part two of our series, we discussed the illegal actions that AGT International took to generate revenues around the globe. Highly sensitive ITAR classified technology was provided to China, Russia, and other countries in the name of sales growth through the Clinton cabal. These actions were beyond criminal. They were treasonous. In part three today, we discussed the investigation that the FBI DOJ started into AGT and the Clinton Foundation, but then terminated and covered up before the 2016 presidential election, despite irrefutable crimes. We've uncovered a heavily redacted letter dated April 18, 2016, addressed to a United States Attorney's Office. The letter discusses an apparent court case or investigation entered into between the U.S., New Jersey, New York, and unidentified party, United States of America, State of New Jersey, State of New York, et al., redacted, and members of the AGT family of companies, AGT International 4D Security Solutions Incorporated, Star Management Services, LLC, 3i Mind, iJet International, Centillion Incorporated, AGT Group Singapore, PTE Limited, Logic Industries, and Advanced Integrated Systems. The state address and those who were copied in the letter within the government are all redacted in the head of the letter. It's unknown who the letter is from, but it is sent to the U.S. Attorney's Office regarding the court action noted above. The letter addressed a discussion that took place between the senders of the letter and the parties to which it is addressed, i.e. the U.S. Attorney's Office. So what you have here is evidence of a Clinton cabal working with China and Russia, covered up under the pretense that it is state security evidence and it can not be redacted to the public. No, it can't be redacted to the public because it will incriminate them and be plenty of reasons to indict, charge, and put these animals in prison. The letter includes numerous attachments that provide an idea of the size, revenues, and geographic research of the AG International. The senders of the letter note that they suggested to the U.S. Attorney's Office that the government subpoena, quote, AGT's tax returns and intercompany agreements. The sender believes that these agreements will detail workflows, responsibilities, and the company's structures. The sender believes that it is expected that the tax returns and revenues will be at odds with the dictates of the intercompany agreements. U.S. revenues at AGT will not square with the work performed. And you can read that. But the sender also suggests that the U.S. Attorney's Office subpoena a bank's signatures, S-bars, or foreign bank reports that will reveal crimes. Quote, a review of these documents should reveal incriminating falsehoods and concealment. But we can't reveal that. That's why it's redacted, huh? Because the Clinton cabal could all be tried for treason. The letter goes on to note that AGT has more than 2,000 employees and revenues of over $1 billion annually, as boasted by the company's CEO, Matti Kokavi. But despite these claims, the U.S. portion of the company shows little or no profit. For some reason, AGT's top management and worldwide back office were all housed in New York offices. This alone could cause major U.S. tax obligations. It also noted that one person with the AGT name redacted managed AGT, 4D, and all these other companies. The senior management team of AGT located in the U.S. also managed, guided, and directed all design and product development activity in Israel, Germany, the U.S., and other locations. Although AGT claimed its headquarters were in Zurich, Switzerland, all of its AGT's top management operated from its Manhattan office, including AGT's human resource officer. At the bottom of the second page in the document is a footnote that is damning. The sender of the letter notes that the term, quote, safe city is just another name for the company's principal integrated product. In Philadelphia, it goes by the name Delaware Valley Intelligence Center. All of AGT's safe city installations, regardless of name, utilize the same wisdom command and control software. The beast system has nothing to do with this, folks. Pun intended. This comment is damning because it asserts that AGT used one software and just renamed it wherever it went. If this software is highly technical and protected under U.S. law from being exported to regimes that are restricted by U.S. law, then AGT has a very big problem. After describing more examples of AGT top personnel being housed in the U.S., the sender of the letter again notes that 4D, one of the names of one of the companies used by AGT, actually formed contracts in the U.S. and has key players and a plant within the U.S. which helps for eligibility for bidding on certain defense contracts. It's all under the name of defense, protection from hate speech. You see, that's what it's all about, really, folks. Also, the sender notes again that AGT sells identical product lines under different names to different governments, and therefore its software can be found in the U.S., Abu Dhabi, Singapore, Kazakhstan, Thailand, India, Russia, and China. The letter goes on to state that AGT used the same people with aliases around the world. It is unknown why they do this. Also, AGT had a project in Luoyang district in China with the name Urban Shield, which in truth was really virtually the same project sold to Philadelphia and other federal and state customers by AGT entities 4D and 3i Mind as the Wisdom Command and Control software. The same marketing tools were also employed in China and used in the U.S. A final note about the letter is that it is noted that AGT software is used for intelligence gathering. You know, the CIA and the FISA spying on Donald Trump and the Trump administration would have nothing to do with this, right? Better think again. The sender notes that the 3i Mind and iJet intelligence platforms sold in the U.S. are now functioning in various countries around the world as redacted, redacted, and redacted, which are tools to manage intelligence gathering, open source intelligence analytics, and natural disasters management. In summary, the letter to the U.S. Attorney's Office provided startling information regarding AGT. The company was under investigation in 2016. All evidence suggested that it owed millions to the U.S. government in taxes. Oh no, the beast system doesn't pay any taxes. You pay us. But most damning for the AGT is the fact that it was selling software developed and used in the U.S. and sharing this software around the world. This software was used for intelligence gathering and yet was shared with Russians and Chinese. This is against the law. At around the same time as investigation actions were allegedly taken by AGT, it was as if the company was tipped off. Many of its operations in and around New York were reportedly quickly shut down. What happened to this investigation and court action? Why were U.S. voters not told about this investigation and the government's actions? Were there more actions like this? Was this cover-up due to AGT's relationship with the Clintons? Is this the only investigation by the FBI related to the Clinton Foundation? Is this the investigation leaked to the press by fired former FBI Director Andrew McCabe? This investigation involves the Clintons and their pay-to-play machine, the Clinton Foundation. It was material to the 2016 U.S. election, and yet the FBI and DOJ suppressed it from the American public. It was terminated, as can be easily surmised, due to the fact that this investigation was never publicly reported, and its timing was in 2016. More crimes with the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation cabal. More cover-ups from Obama's corrupt and conflicted DOJ and FBI. Will this finally be enough to institute an investigation into the FBI and DOJ and the Clinton Foundation? If America is to remain a republic, Americans need honest answers now. We do have a two-tiered system of justice. And folks, if you like my news service and ministry that teaching the Bible, could you afford 66 cents a day and be a supporter of it? I appreciate all those who have already donated. I have a PayPal at the front of my YouTube channel on the right. Donate to End Times Ministry. And my P.O. Box is 16 Midway, Georgia 31320. Thank you for listening.